Once upon a time in a quiet little town, there lived a boy named Aryan. He was smart, quick-witted, and full of energy. But Aryan had one major flaw: he never liked to admit when he was wrong. At school, whenever he made a mistake, he'd find a way to blame someone else. If he forgot to bring his homework, he'd say he left it at home, even though he never did it. If he got poor marks, he'd say the teacher didn't like him. And whenever his friends pointed something out, he'd laugh it off or change the subject. His parents and teachers warned him many times. "Aryan, it's okay to make mistakes. But you must learn from them," his mother would say gently. But Aryan never took it seriously. He thought admitting mistakes made him look weak. One day, the school announced a science fair competition. Aryan was excited. He decided to make a robot as something big and impressive. But instead of planning it properly, he rushed through the project. He copied parts of it from the internet, skipped reading the instructions, and ignored his teacher's advice. On the day of the science fair, Aryan stood proudly next to his robot. The judges came by, asked him a few questions, and within minutes, they realized the robot didn't work. Wires were connected wrong, the programming had errors, and when they asked Aryan to explain how it worked, he couldn't. He had no clue. All his confidence vanished. He didn't win the prize. In fact, he was told that his project showed more carelessness than effort. Aryan was embarrassed. For the first time, he couldn't find someone else to blame. That evening, he sat quietly in his room. His dad walked in and sat beside him. "Disappointed?" he asked. Aryan nodded. "Do you know why this happened?" his dad continued. Aryan hesitated and said, "Because I didn't work hard and onto a broken bar and I didn't listen." His dad smiled. "Everyone makes mistakes, son. What matters is what we do after. If we accept them, we grow. If we run from them, they keep following us." From that day, Aryan changed. Slowly, but surely. He started asking questions in class. If he made a mistake, he owned up to it. Instead of hiding, he began learning. The same classmates who once laughed at him, started coming to him for help. Aryan still made a mistake, but now, every mistake became a lesson. Years later, Aryan stood on a stage receiving a national award for innovation. As he gave his speech, he said, "I wasn't always like this. I used to hide from my mistakes. But the day I started learning from a broken bar was the day I started growing." The audience applauded. And somewhere in the crowd, his father smiled, proud of the boy who once feared failure, and who now turned every failure into a step forward.